Hello everyone. In continuation with the linear algebra, we'll be dealing with Gauss elimination method to find out the solutions. Okay, by the end of the session, you will be able to find the solution of non-homogeneous system of linear equations using the Gauss elimination method. Okay, suppose this is the system. It's been given to us that a11, a12, a11 x1, a12 x2, and so on. So that means what? How many equations I have? I have got m equations and I have got n number of variables here. We'll observe this. Then I could write down this as ax is equals to b. Then case. Okay, there are two cases here of Gauss elimination method. By two different methods, we can find out the equation or the solution of these equations. First of all, let us consider the case one. The coefficient matrix capital A is such that all elements above the leading diagonal are 0. That is, capital A is a lower triangular matrix. So we have seen the lower triangular and upper triangular matrices, the definitions. So it's a lower triangular matrix means what? Lower triangular matrix means the main diagonal elements, main diagonal above those above the main diagonal elements, all the other elements are zeros. So this is known as the lower triangular matrix. So this is what is a lower triangular matrix. That means what exactly we are doing the row transformation on this particular matrix as A here, as this A matrix, and we'll be getting this type of the equations here. So I have to reduce it to the leading diagonal to 0 and the above element, and it is known as a lower triangular matrix. The system can be solved using the forward substitution. So forward substitution means what? That means I'll be getting it x1 first. x1 is b1 upon a11. So if you'll observe this first equation here, you'll observe this first equation, it's a11 x1 is equals to b1. So that means what? From here, x1 is equals to b1 upon a11. Then x2 will be getting it. How this x2? x2 will be equals to b2 minus of a21 x1 upon a22. So as soon as I'm getting my x1 from the previous step, I'm going to use it in the next step, right? So using the previous value, we'll be getting the next value. So it's known as a forward substitution. It's known as a forward substitution. So it's like this. So now we have got the values of x1, we have got the values of x2, then we will take those values, take the help of those values to get the next value, that is of x3, and so on. So similarly, we can find out this type of the using the previous, find the next, using the previous, find the next, using the previous, find the next. So this is the way we can find out this as the case one, first case. Let us consider case two. It's a coefficient matrix capital A is such that all elements below the leading diagonal are 0. That means this would be the upper triangular matrix. So we have to reduce this capital A into the upper triangular matrix. So with the transformation, with the row and a column, not column actually, it's just we have to restrict ourselves to only row transformations. And here, what will be this? This is exactly the diagonal elements, the below diagonal elements, all those elements are zeros. And it's known, after that, we can find out the system of equations using the backward substitution. Means what? Means we'll be getting the, if you'll observe this equation here, if you'll observe this equation here, it's a n n xn equals to bn. That means xn is equals to bn upon a n n, right? And so on. That means, for example, let us consider that we have got only three equations. Then what would be the last equation? So three unknowns actually. It's x3 suppose here. So I will get my x3 first. The x3, how can I get the x3? b3 upon a33. Then I would go for x2, which is b2 minus a23 x3 upon a22, right? So that means what? We are using the x3 to calculate x2. Similarly, if you'll observe this x1 formula for this x1, it is this x2 and x3 is present over here. That means we'll be finding out x1 using x2 and x3. So this is very important to have. So it's known as a backward substitution. Let us go and see a few examples. Now, this is the example. I've taken it from the GATE examination of 2004, and this is for the 2 marks. Obviously, you need not to show the in between steps. You have to just find out A, B, C, or D as the option. How to calculate that? How many solutions does the following system of linear equations have? So what are the equations? Minus x plus 5y is minus 1. x minus y is 2, x plus 3y is equals to 3. What are the options? Infinitely many, two distinct solutions, unique solution, and no solution. So we have to search it out. So we have to find out all those things. Fine, no problem. Fine. So it ax is equals to b. That means what? I need to present this in the form of a matrix equation. It's known as matrix equation. What is this matrix equation? If you'll observe here, we have got only two variables, that is x and y, but we have got three equations for this. Two variables, three equations. Fine. Now, this is first equation minus 1, 5. Then it is equals to minus 1. 1 minus 1, this is 2. 1, 3, 3. What is my first step to do is, this is now an augmented matrix. I'll write down my augmented matrix. After write down now the augmented matrix, I try to reduce the, or you can say that the find the rank using the elimination method. So either we can go ahead with the upper triangular or lower triangular, but most of the time we are going for the upper triangular matrix. Lower triangular matrix. So here, it is minus 1, 5, minus 1. We have written here this augmented matrix. Now let us make use of this minus 1 and make this 1 here, this one and this one 0, using the transformation. So what would be the transformation making the help of this minus 1 as this? My target is to make this second row element as 0. So the transformation would be R2 plus R1, and this third would give me 0 with the transformation R3 plus R1. So what would be the transformation after making this transformation here? I'll be getting the elements minus 1, 5, minus 1, 0, 4, 1, 0, 8, 2, right? But still, it is not an echelon form. It's known as an echelon or echelon form, or you can say the upper or the lower triangular matrix, doesn't matter. So it's R3 minus 2 times R2. So it's R3 minus 2 times R2. Why is that so? Because I wanted to, this 8 is equals to 0 using this element 2. Using this element 2. Now this element, this element of R2, which is 4 over here. So this 4, and therefore my transformation becomes here R3 minus 2 times R2. R3 minus 2 times R2 would give me this. And if you observe this, this is what I have got it as 0. So now let us consider this entire matrix as a whole. This entire matrix as a whole. What is the rank of this matrix? Now this matrix is in echelon form. What do you mean by echelon form? Okay, let me just do that. How you can say that this is echelon form. So if in this 3 cross 3 matrix, now don't think about this standing line, which is this. Consider this as a whole matrix A, B, that is matrix of order 3 cross 3. So now in this 3 cross 3 matrix, I am saying that it's in a echelon form or echelon form. So this is minus 1. Below this minus 1, I should have all of them zeros. So I have this here zeros. So if you'll observe here, I have got these elements. I've got these elements zeros, right? This is zeros. Then go to the next row, which is here, second row. My first non-zero element is this 4. After making this 4, I have got below all this 4 should be equals to 0. Then moving next row, that is the third row, we don't have any non-zero number. But yes, we are very sure, but this is a 0. That means what? No problem. Now this is an echelon form. This shows an echelon form, or you can say that this is a upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix as well, right? And therefore, this is minus 1, 5, minus 1, 4, 1. And if you'll observe, this is the last one row, which is a 0 row. How many number of rows in this 3 cross 3 matrix are non-zero? So this is my first row, which is non-zero. This is the second row, which is a non-zero. And this implies the rank of a matrix or a small r is equals to 2 of this A comma B matrix. And hence this is what we have given. Either you can make it using the echelon form, you can think it with the echelon form, or you can go ahead with the traditional method of having that 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3, that minors of those order. So rank is nothing but highest order non-zero determinant, right? Because if you observe here, the rank of this matrix, the determinant of this A comma B matrix would be 0 determinant, but the minor of order 2 cross 2 non-zero, therefore rank is equals to 2. So now we can say that yes, rank of A comma B is 2, fine, but the rank of 2, now let me just erase out everything from here so that you will understand it better. Okay, now I have talked about the rank 2 over here. If I will observe here this matrix A now, what is my A here? So if you'll observe this A here, so this is what is A, and this total matrix A comma B is this. Now let us consider this matrix. So this is just a matrix A. Now in this matrix, again the same situation. This is my first non-zero element, below that is 0. Moving to the next, this is my first non-zero element, below that is 0. And therefore how many number of, this is an echelon form, and in this echelon form how many number of non-zero rows are there exist. So this is first row and second row. Again that means what, the rank of A is equals to 2, and therefore the rank of A is equals to 2. Therefore this rank of A comma B and rank of A is equals to 2. So that means the number of variables which is equals to 2, because we have got it here x and y. So therefore n is equals to r is equals to rank of A comma B is equals to rank of A, which equals to 2, and therefore the system has a unique solution. And therefore the system has a unique solution, because this is what, and that means what, I have got this as my correct answer. So therefore, sorry, so therefore this is my unique solution, that is this C is the correct option for this particular example, right? Okay, now next equation. Solution for the system defined by the equations are given is this. So or does not exist or non-exist existent. Okay, this is the question of GATE 2006. Now the same way we have got this equation. How many variables we have got it here? We have got it here x, we have got y, we have got z. So three number of equations. We have got three equations, three number of equations, and three variables or unknowns, you can say. So this is what is the first, second, and the third row. We are equation. We are putting it in the Ax is equals to b. We are finding out the we have written here the augmented matrix. But as we have to find out the upper triangular or lower triangular matrix over here, so that means what, I should not have this 0 over here. That's the reason we are just exchanging first and the second row. This is what is the first and the second row existence of that. So this first and second row just got exchanged here over here. Then I wanted to make use of this 2 and wanted to make this 3 as 0. What would be the transformation? What would be the transformation? Now this is what is the transformation I've shown you here, but how to think of this type of transformation to make the things in one line, to make the things in a very faster way. Now consider here, now this is my 2. I wanted to make this 3 0 using this 2, right? So I have got R3 element filled with 3. To make this 3 0, I want here minus 3. Then only I'll be getting it here as 0, right? Here as 0. What is this? This is the element of R3, right? But I'm making use of this R1, right? What, so this is making, I'm making use of R1. What is the R1 element contains? This element this R1 is there with the 2, but I don't want this 2, I just want this minus 3 over here. So what will I do? I'll just do in this way. So my transformation becomes here R3 minus 3 by 2 times R1. So in this way, I can just go ahead and find out any transformation in one single transformation. Otherwise, you would have done this transformation in 2 steps. How can I do that? So first I have to divide this third row using this divided by 3, and then you have to do this. So it's not required, actually. It's not required. You can just do that in one single step. And as the competitive examination, there is the constraint of the time, there is a constraint of accuracy also. So you should not waste your time. You should train your mind in such a way that you will collect the very quick and very important. If you train it in the beginning, you might feel that it is very difficult to have it 3 by 2 and all, but you don't have to bother about, because you will be doing it only for this first element, second and third element. Anyways, this 0, the element is 0, so I need not to have worry about this. So you have to do very little calculations, but yes, you have to train your mind in such a way that you can find out the transformation this way. So if this is the matrix over here. So fine. So now after that, I will get this matrix. Okay. Yeah. So I'll get this matrix over here. After getting this matrix, so now before that, what we have discussed in the previous slide, let me just give you the hint. It's not required to have this is. I don't want this here. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, this is my matrix A comma B. So what if I will consider this matrix of order 3 rows, 4 columns? What is the rank of this matrix? Because if you'll observe, this 2 is here, first non-zero element of the first row, below that all of them are 0. Then go to the next, its first non-zero element is 4, below that is 0. Then moving to the next, first non-zero element is here, which is -2. So what is it? This is my echelon form. And if this is an echelon form, the rank of the matrix A comma B is nothing but the number of non-zero rows. So how many number of non-zero rows we have here? So 1, 2, and 3. Because of this -2 present here, the rank of this A comma B becomes 3. Right? Now, the rank of A comma B becomes 3. Now, let us consider here, let us consider this matrix now. Yeah, just a minute. So now out of this A comma B, let us just consider this matrix, which is I'm considering it here. That means I'm just considering the matrix A, matrix A. Now moving here, this is my first non-zero element. Below that is 0. Moving to the next is, this is my first non-zero element, and below that is 0. Moving to the next, there is no non-zero element in this matrix, and therefore this last row is 0. So what is the rank over here? It's first non-zero, second non-zero, third is 0 element. So I have got it here 2. So rank of A becomes 2, whereas rank of A comma B is 3. That means the rank them are not equal. This is one of the way to find out the rank of both of them. Another way is our traditional or a definition, which is this. Consider a matrix A, then take out this 2, 0, 0, 4. What is it? It's a minor of order 2 cross 2, and which is not, it's a 8, which is not equals to 0. Therefore, the rank of A is 2, and therefore A comma B is 3, and therefore it's we can say that the rank of A is not equals to rank of A comma B. So if you know this echelon form here, it's not required for you to go ahead with these many calculations. But yes, most of the students are finding it difficult to go ahead with the echelon form. But believe me, if you understand the echelon form or a normal form properly, then there will not be any problem. Just by looking at the matrix, you can say that, okay, the rank of this matrix is 2, rank of the matrix is this 3. You can easily say that because you can do those calculations in your mind if you will train your mind in such a way. Therefore, rank is A and rank of A comma B is not equal, and therefore the system of equations is inconsistent, and therefore my correct option is D, which is non-existent. So this is what is my correct answer. So you can just put these extra efforts as well. Yeah, you can just put you can stop here. Here also it's fine. It depends upon how are you training your mind. So from the beginning, you train your mind in such a way, grasp the easy methods and try to practice on those. Okay. So I hope you have understood this, the elimination method and the way of making it ahead. Yeah. Thank you. Happy learning.